Welcome to our journey into the world of energy. Today, we are exploring what energy is, how it works, and the many forms it takes. Energy is the ability to do work. The more energy something has, the more work it can do. But unlike chocolates or lollies, you cannot keep energy in a box and take it out whenever you want. It simply means that energy is not a substance. You can store energy in objects like batteries, but you can't see how much energy is stored in them by just looking at it. You also cannot see the energy flowing through an electric wire, but you can see its effect when a light bulb glows. Whether it's a car moving, a machine running, or you lifting weights, all these actions require energy. The sources might be different, but the need for energy is universal. Different objects have different types or forms of energy. The fuel you put in your car contains chemical potential energy. A bullet fired from a gun has kinetic energy, the energy of motion. Energy can be measured. The amount of energy a bar of chocolate provides is written on the package. We measure energy in units called joules, and if it's a large amount, we use kilojoules with 1 kilojoule equaling 1000 joules. Now, let's dive into some common forms of energy. Types of energy can be categorized into two broad categories. Kinetic energy, the energy of moving objects, and potential energy, energy that is stored. These are the two basic forms of energy. Potential energy is the stored energy, waiting to be used. When an object is placed at a height, it has gravitational potential energy because it has the potential to fall due to Earth's gravity. The higher the object is, the greater the gravitational potential energy it has. Gravitational energy is a form of potential energy. It is an energy associated with gravity or gravitational force. When you stretch a rubber band or jump on a trampoline, you store elastic potential energy. This energy is released when the rubber band snaps back or the trampoline propels you upwards. Elastic energy is a form of potential energy that is stored in an elastic object, such as a coiled spring or a stretched elastic band. Elastic objects store elastic energy when a force causes them to be stretched or squashed. Chemical potential energy is stored in food and fuels. When you burn fuel, it releases energy as heat and light. Similarly, the food you eat contains chemical energy, which is released during digestion. Chemical energy is stored in the bonds of atoms and molecules. It is the energy that holds these particles together. Stored chemical energy is found in food, biomass, petroleum, and natural gas. Atoms store nuclear potential energy. Nuclear energy is stored in the nucleus of atoms. This energy is released when the nuclei are combined, fusion, or split apart, fission. Nuclear power plants split the nuclei of uranium atoms to produce electricity. Our sun and other stars release vast amounts of energy through nuclear fusion. Kinetic, or moving energy comes from the motion of an object. For example, once the rock starts rolling down the hill, it gains kinetic energy. As it gains kinetic energy, it loses potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. The faster you move, the more kinetic energy you have. A truck traveling at the same speed as a car has more kinetic energy because it has more mass. Mechanical energy can exist as both stored energy and moving energy. Mechanical energy is the potential energy of an object plus that object's kinetic energy. Heat energy or thermal energy is created from the vibration of atoms and molecules within substances. The faster they move, the more energy they possess and the hotter they become. Heat energy is released when fuels burn. Heat is also generated during friction. Radiant energy is a type of kinetic energy that travels in electromagnetic waves. Examples include the energy from the sun, X-rays, and radio waves. This includes light energy from a lamp, solar energy from the sun, and other radiations like UV rays, X-rays, and microwaves. Sound energy is produced by vibrating objects. Your vocal cords vibrate when you speak, and the strings of a guitar vibrate when you pluck. Sound travels in waves, but it requires a medium like air or water. Sound energy is the movement of energy through substances. It moves in waves and is produced when a force makes an object vibrate. Light energy is a form of electromagnetic radiation. Light consists of photons, which are produced when an object's atoms heat up. Light travels in waves and is the only form of energy visible to the human eye. Electrical energy is the movement of electrons, the tiny particles that make up atoms, along with protons and neutrons. Electrons that move through a wire are called electricity. Lightning is another example of electrical energy. It is the most convenient form of energy for home use because it can easily transform into other forms of energy to power our appliances. Moving mechanical energy involves the motion of entire objects. Other forms of moving energy involve the motion of tiny particles or waves, which are not usually visible. Energy is all around us, powering our lives in countless ways. Remember, energy is the key to doing work, and it comes in many fascinating forms. Now, the testing time. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world of energy.